Dan Bongino is one of my favorites right now. Him and there's a few others, but I was listening to his show, which I do pretty much every day. I love his content. He really gets into some stuff that a lot of people really need to think about. Those who are not paying attention, when you look at the bigger picture, you really need to start thinking about what's really been going on the last 2 years.
It's not appropriate for Omicron, it was not appropriate for Delta, Alpha, or any of the previous variants either, because we're dealing with something that's airborne.
Kind of look like idiots here. Yeah, you do. You do. Twitter banning them? Twitter banning Leona Wen? No, banning Marjorie Taylor Greene and Donald Trump. Here's another one. This goes under the file of, is Twitter going to ban these people? Because these are the things conservatives were saying a year ago that we were banned for. And now they're saying them. Here's Fauci coming up next. Now they're saying them, and all of a sudden, it's A-okay. Here's Fauci saying, again, what Joe, me, and Guy were saying a while ago here on the show, that just because you were in the hospital with COVID does not mean you were in the hospital because of COVID.
Children are hospitalized. Many of them are hospitalized with COVID as opposed to because of COVID. And what we mean by that, if a child goes in the hospital, they automatically get tested for COVID, and they get counted as a COVID hospitalized individual, when in fact they may go in for a broken leg or appendicitis or something like that. So it's overcounting the number of children who are, quote, hospitalized with COVID as opposed to because of COVID.
How long have we been saying that, Joe? For 2 years now, we've been telling you that the hospital numbers are inflated with COVID. Because when you show up in the hospital, many people are hospitalized because of COVID, just to be clear.
Right.
But many in the hospital with COVID are not, are there, especially kids, and test positive. They're there for other reasons. If you add them into the COVID count, that's like me going to the hospital for abdominal surgery, and I complain while I'm in the hospital to Paula, oh my gosh, I got an ingrown toenail. And the nurse hears and goes, oh, ingrown toenail. He's here because of an ingrown toenail. No, ma'am, I'm here because I have a intestinal blockage that's going to kill me in an hour if I don't have surgery. I'm not here for the ingrown toenail. We said this for 2 years. People had strikes on their account for saying misinformation. Here's another one. Something we've been saying for a couple of years. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're carrying around extra weight, you can be at risk for COVID. Misinformation until CNN said it. Notice the date. January 3rd, 2022. Headline: Can weight loss help protect against COVID-19? Again, we're the conspiracy theorists. We've only been telling you for 2 years that cloth masks don't do anything. They will not stop aerosolized COVID. We've been telling you the hospitalization numbers, especially with kids, are not accurate. And we've also been telling you that there are comorbidities here and that we should be talking about obesity, that it is a comorbidity for COVID. Now, all of a sudden, the left says it, and it's serious information, not misinformation anymore. Showing you that these people on the left are nothing but communists. That's all they are. Here is Fauci, who will not be banned from Twitter or any Fauci clips from Twitter like Dr. Malone was banned, even though Fauci constantly takes both sides of both positions. Remember Fauci? Don't wear masks, they don't work. Fauci in a moment. Yeah, masks definitely work. The guy has no idea what he's talking about. Here's Fauci again, saying two completely contradictory things about going to a restaurant, vaxxed and boosted. He takes both sides in the same clip. Check this out.
How should vaccinated and boosted people behave? Can they go into a restaurant, eat safely indoors right now?
You know, when you're having such I call it a tsunami of infections, Dana, we are seeing people who are vaccinated and boosted who are getting breakthrough infections. So when you're in a situation where you have so many infections going out, the thing that you want to say is that if you want to do things like that, better do them in a setting where you know the people around you are vaccinated and boosted.
Even Key's laughing about this one. Is this not the most amazing Fauci clip? He contradicts himself in 25 seconds of audio. Hey, if vaccinated and boosted, yes, they are getting sick. So make sure if you go out, you're vaccinated and boosted. Oh, okay. Thank you. That's really great advice, Doc. Doesn't matter to Fauci. Here's Fauci again on masks. Again, if remember my Moneyball theory. If masks work, why aren't they working? Here's Fauci, who instead of saying, listen, it's just not doing what we thought it was going to do. Maybe if people went around with those super uncomfortable, with totally impractical N95 fitted respirators, it would start making a difference, which no one's going to do. Totally impractical. No one should be forced to do either. He can't say that. This guy cannot give up.
Cotton and surgical masks effective at preventing the spread of Omicron.
Yeah. When the CDC says they are effective, in fact, they are.
Want to know what tyranny looks like? New York Post. New York City will now consider race when distributing life-saving COVID treatments.
What?
The city will, quote, consider race and ethnicity when assessing individual risk, reads this agency's guidance, which adds that long-standing systemic health and social inequities can contribute to an increased risk of dying from COVID-19. Want to get COVID treatment in New York? You better be the right race. Want to know what tyranny looks like? That's what it looks like right there. Changing the language, sticking people in political boxes, attacking your political opponents under the guise of science. That's what creeping tyranny looks like right here. We're beyond the creeping stage, folks. We're waltzing right into the tyranny ball right now. Scary stuff.
The Times Revelation spoke of are coming now. Watch. It won't just go away.